It's 4:30 on WKYT this morning. Lexington police are investigating after finding a body inside the backseat of a car that caught on fire. The latest on the investigation coming up. A Laurel County teenager is telling how he managed to get an intruder out of his home. And some grilling safety tips just in time for Labor Day. That's ahead on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for starting your day with us here on WKYT This Morning. I'm Andrea Walker. Bill Bryant has the day off. Well, we are coming off a spectacular weekend, and more good weather is on tap for your Labor Day holiday. Here to tell us all about it is meteorologist Micah Harris. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, it came back to really nice weather this weekend, and I'll tell you what, it's still going to be pretty nice the next few days, but it's going to be much warmer. I promise you that. You'll feel a difference in the air. Nothing going on early this morning as you're walking out the door. We're at 68 degrees right now in Lexington, but other locations showing much cooler conditions, 61 now in Danville and Boyle County. And then we travel towards your afternoon, and there you go, 90 degrees. It's going to be a steamy holiday, I guarantee that. What I don't guarantee is any rain out of the forecast when we travel throughout your next few days. I'll show you that in your 7-day coming up.
Thank you, Micah. Now to your top story. We are tracking a death investigation here in Lexington after police say they found a body inside a car after it caught on fire. Police tell us firefighters were called to a vehicle fire near the intersection of Red Road and Elkchester Road around 8 o'clock last night. We're told once the fire was out, investigators found a body in the back seat of the car. That's all we know at this point. We are working to get more information on the case. We'll bring that to you as the information becomes available this morning. A Laurel County teenager is telling how he managed to get an intruder out of his home. Bryson Reed heard someone breaking into his home on Highway 3434 yesterday. He confronted him with a gun. WKYT's Caitlin Sittner has the story.
I woke up and I noticed that my phone wasn't charging, that it was dead.
Bryson Reed was home alone when he was fidgeting with the electric.
So I stood up and I heard somebody rattling in the kitchen. And I thought it was just my sister. Maybe she had got back home from work early or something.
But it wasn't a female's voice he heard next.
I heard him say, "Hank, you're a dead man."
Now Reed doesn't know who Hank is. He says the day before there had been a note on his sister's door for a Hank. This Hank guy apparently stiffed someone, but the 16-year-old didn't know who he was up against. Without time to think, he says he grabbed a gun.
And I was holding it beside the door so he couldn't see it, and he was standing in the hallway with a knife. And I told him to drop the knife, and he told me he wouldn't. And then that's when I pulled the gun on him.
The 16-year-old says the man, standing about 5'8", started to back away.
He kind of just backed up, and then he hit the couch, and then that's when he just threw everything he had on the couch.
Certainly startling moments for the teen, but he says he expects it for the neighborhood. Sheriff's deputies say they believe the intruder was 29-year-old Thomas Scott.
Family we talked to says they're familiar with the 29-year-old. They say they don't know him, but they've talked to their neighbors and say there's been trouble on this road with him before.
Reed says his family will continue on like normal, unafraid of the intruder returning.
Hopefully he gets caught.
In Laurel County, Caitlin Sittner, WKYT.
The Laurel County Sheriff's Office has no updates on the case, and at last check, Thomas Scott has not been booked in the Laurel County Jail. First responders in one central Kentucky county are warning heroin users to watch out for a bad batch. The Moorhead Police Department says they're now seeing overdoses on drugs 40 to 50 times stronger than heroin. Rowan County Chief Deputy Joe Klein says the drug's effects are scary, and he doesn't see overdoses stopping anytime soon.
I really believe that as bad as it is, it's not going to be if, it's when. That's what we're seeing. It's just going to be when it hits. And, you know, it's hit in Cincinnati. It's hit in West Virginia around the Huntington area. You know, I think Clark County's had some overdoses. Montgomery, you know, it's just a matter of time it's going to be here. And we realize that.
The chief deputy says first responders in Rowan County are working together to combat the overdoses. He thinks users are taking their normal amount, not realizing the drug is much stronger. Kentucky State Police tracked a missing Boyle County teenager all the way to New Mexico. Investigators found 15-year-old Jenna Oakley in a Motel 6 parking lot. They say Oakley was with 20-year-old Kenneth Nye. Family reported Oakley missing Thursday after finding her stepmother, Rhonda, dead in their home. New Mexico police say Oakley and Nye were in their stepmother's car, which was reported stolen last week. Nye is charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The coroner says the death of Oakley's stepmother is a homicide, but troopers have not told us how she died. Investigators in Jessamine County are trying to find a man and put him behind bars after 4 burglaries. Deputies say Friday and Saturday someone stole items from Mead Concrete, Signature Landscaping, Dixie Cafe, and Crosswoods Baptist Church. The pastor there says the thief stole an audio mixing board and an amplifier.
There's consequences for the things you do. Choices you make, good or bad, there's a consequence. But there's also Jesus who loves you no matter what you do or how bad you mess up. If you trust in him, he can change you.
Investigators released surveillance photos of the man they're looking for. They think he was driving a black passenger car. The University of Kentucky is continuing their fight against their student-run newspaper, the Kentucky Colonel. Now the paper is asking for help paying for the suit. The university filed a lawsuit against the Colonel this summer. It stems from the newspaper's request that UK release documents in a sexual assault and harassment case, which the university denied. Attorney General Andy Beshear sided with the paper on the open records request. Now the university is fighting back.
This isn't just about, this one case. This is about everything that UK does. And this is about all of us holding them accountable, not just here in the newsroom at the Colonel, but all media outlets and everybody that wants to pull an open records request.
In a news release, UK said they denied the open records request to protect the identity of victims. In the past, the Colonel has received help from the Kentucky Press Association Legal Fund. Well, for many, Labor Day is one of the last chances to grill out during the summer. It's a staple of the season, but it may also expose you to chemicals linked to cancer. Don Champion tells us how to stay safe while you celebrate today.
There's just something about that grill that makes it nice.
Mark Wilson is celebrating his wife's birthday with a barbecue.
There's your hot dog. Grilling is just a perfect type of way to prepare a meat, I think.
It may be tasty, but grilling too much may be bad for your health. Oncologist Atisha Manhas says chemicals that form when meat, poultry, and fish are cooked at high temperatures and smoke from fat that drips and burns on the grill have both been linked to colon, pancreatic, and breast cancer.
Some studies have shown that people who consume meats that have been grilled on a high heat on a regular basis may be at increased risk for cancer.
There are some things you can do to reduce your risk. Start with a clean grill and cook foods at lower temperatures for a longer time.
We also recommend marinating meats because marinating increases the moisture and that will decrease the formation of the chemicals.
Mark Wilson and his wife try to keep that advice in mind whenever they grill.
Every day there's something new. There's a new risk to look out for. So you just try to do the best you can.
Experts say gas grills are safer because they cook more evenly, and fruits and vegetables can be grilled with no health risk. Don Champion, CBS News, Dallas.
Experts also say it's a good idea to have a food thermometer handy when you grill to make sure foods are cooked thoroughly. The time now is 4:38 on your Monday. It is Labor Day, and WKYT This Morning is just getting started. Still to come. Now that you know how to stay safe while grilling out, maybe you're looking for a quick side dish that's healthy and delicious. We've got a great cucumber salad recipe for you when we return on WKYT This Morning.
And not only is it about the temperatures for today, but it's about the temperatures the next few days too. We're talking about steamy, warm, muggy weather. We'll have that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
It is a really good looking start to the day, the holiday, and we travel in towards your afternoon and we're holding on to temperatures right around 90 degrees. So obviously it's all about temperatures the next few days as opposed to having some rain in the forecast. So there's some good news to it. At least we're not getting swamped with some showers and thunderstorms. You're not going to see that today. It remains dry. Defender Radar Network looking pretty good. But let me show you this, okay? What's left over from Hermine off toward the eastern seaboard. That's not coming inland. That's staying off toward the east. And the reason being is this huge dome of higher pressure. So this isn't only helping us out from keeping us dry. You can see there's nothing going on around us. But what happens here is the winds come in from the north and northwest to the north of a high pressure system, and that's pushing that off. So that's helping this area big time. However, they're still dealing with some effects from that. But for us, it's keeping us dry too. I mean, it keeps a lot of the area dry when you have a huge dome of higher pressure around. So there's some good news for us. 68 degrees right now in Lexington, 63 coming in the capital city. And as you work your way southbound, actually feels even better, 61 degrees in Pulaski County. Traveling in towards your afternoon, you have no problems whatsoever grilling out. We'll be right around 90 degrees there by 5 p.m. Noontime, mid-80s, and let me tell you, you're going to already start to feel it there by noon. If you're grilling out, just know this, yeah, you might be sweating later on today, heading toward that 90-degree reading, adding in that moisture, and that will only make it feel worse as we get in towards your afternoon hours. 8 p.m. if you're planning on having a late dinner, right around 84 degrees. Overnight and into tomorrow morning, no problems whatsoever. And then we continue to travel in towards your next few days. And it's not changing. I mean, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, pretty much carbon copies of each other. You know, mostly sunny skies, a few clouds mixed in here and there, with temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. So it's going to be a steamy forecast the next 3 days. Now, once you get off towards your Thursday and into your Friday, it's going to be a different story because that's when your front gets a little bit closer. You saw that on Defender Radar Network. To the north of us, there is a front. It's not moving fast. Obviously, if it was, we would have it in the next couple of days. But it's a slow mover. And what that means for us is we'll just be in that warm sector, all the warm, moist air flowing on in here, 90 degrees each and every single day the next 3 days. Thursday and Friday is when you actually start to see some of these storms move on in. I would say Thursday and Friday, smaller opportunities of rain as opposed to, say, Saturday and Sunday. I'm not extremely confident in that just due to the fact that it's still so far out. But as of right now, I'd say Thursday through your weekend is your best chance of rain. Obviously, with those rain percentages, they're not great chances, 30, 40% here and there. So it's really not a bad forecast at all.
Right, but it looks really familiar to what we've been dealing with all summer. Yep. So enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Fall's on the way, though. It's coming up.
Good news. Thank you, Micah. Well, the weather looks good, like it's going to make this Labor Day just perfect for a picnic or a cookout. And we know you've probably got hamburgers and hot dogs on the menu, but maybe some of you will consider adding this cucumber salad to the mix. We've got the recipe in today's Mom's Everyday Minute.
Even if the dog days of summer have passed, you can still enjoy the tastes of the season. I talked with food blogger Tara Verma about a healthy, quick, and easy salad that's good all year round.
First thing you need is cucumbers and tomatoes. Okay. I like to use the grape tomatoes and just kind of slice the cucumbers up to whatever size you kind of think is bite size there. Okay. And then we're just going to add in a few pinches of salt and a few pinches of pepper. And then a little bit of balsamic vinegar. I like to use a pear one if you can find that, but any will do. A little bit of olive oil, and that's all you have to add. And
so
then you
simple.
Just mix it up.
And this time of year, when the CSA baskets are full of this stuff, it's the perfect quick and easy recipe.
Yeah, and you can make this for if you have to take a lunch to work. You can put this in a little container, and your lunch is all ready to go.
Healthy lunch.
For these tips and more, just go to WKYT.com and click on Moms Every Day. We are just so glad you're with us on WKYT this morning. There's still more news to come when we come back. On the way, Mother Teresa is officially a saint. Pope Francis made the announcement at the Vatican. We'll take a look at the ceremony when we come back.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT This Morning.
Welcome back. The time now is 4:49 on your Monday, September 5th. Pope Francis officially declared Mother Teresa a saint in a ceremony that drew an estimated 120,000 people to the Vatican. Seth Doan was at the ceremony.
The faithful packed St. Peter's Square beneath a giant portrait of the now Saint Teresa of Calcutta. But even Pope Francis acknowledged, I think maybe we will have some difficulty calling her Saint Teresa. Because of her tenderness, he added, we will continue to call her Mother Teresa.
I think people recognized her as a living saint when she was alive. They knew.
Rick Farrell and Mary Basiloni came from Anchorage, Alaska.
She gave of herself. She gave her life to help the poor.
Pope Francis praised that dedication as nuns from her order listened on. The Pope noted Mother Teresa had defended human life, the unborn, and the abandoned.
Mother Teresa was called the saint of the gutters, and before becoming Pope, Francis was referred to as the bishop of the slums. Both put the poor at the center of their ministry. And today, Pope Francis called poverty a crime.
In Rome, Indian flags were flown with pride, while in Calcutta, formerly known as Calcutta, where Mother Teresa focused her missionary work for nearly half a century, others watched the canonization on a large TV screen. Aaron McKelvey and Paul Hunter traveled to Rome from Dallas. They're not Catholic, but said Mother Teresa's appeal is universal.
Great humanitarian, great compassion for the less fortunate. So she means something to many people, regardless of faith.
The Albanian-born Nobel Peace Prize winner who dedicated her life to those in the shadows was honored today in the bright sunlight, less than 2 decades after her death. Seth Doan, CBS News, Rome.
Mother Teresa died in 1997 at the age of 87 after a lifetime spent caring for hundreds of thousands of destitute and homeless poor. She was often called the saint of the gutters. And a reminder this morning that with the Labor Day holiday, the city of Lexington is changing its trash pickup schedule this week. There will be no collection today. People who normally have their trash pickup today will be serviced on Wednesday. Curbside collection changes this week will only impact those who normally have service on Mondays. Businesses with dumpsters that have a pickup on Mondays will have their units picked up tomorrow, and those with Tuesday service will have pickup on Wednesday. Fans of the late Gene Wilder can catch one of the actor's most popular movies this week. Movie Tavern at Brandon Crossing in Jessamine County will show the 1971 version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on Wednesday and Thursday. The theater will show the movie at 7:30 p.m. both days. Tickets are just $5. Wilder died last week due to complications with Alzheimer's disease. You know what? It can be tough to get motivated to go to the gym. I know that firsthand. But now some trainers are offering a money-back guarantee if you don't get in shape. Jill Wagner has the story.
At this Manhattan gym, if you don't get into shape, you get your money back. At first, Rob Finn thought it was too good to be true.
I thought there had to be hundreds of loopholes so that refunds would never be a possibility.
Keep going. But he gave it a shot. It's been 4 months and he's lost 30 pounds.
Changing model.
Jeff Halevy is the owner of the gym Halevy Life, and he came up with the idea of a fitness guarantee.
I think one of the major issues in our industry is this entire notion of accountability, and these unused gym memberships that people are paying for get them absolutely nowhere.
The fitness guarantee is based on 5 criteria: strength, muscle and fat mass, cardio, and flexibility, not weight loss.
If our members haven't improved in at least 3 out of these 5 areas in their first 90 days, we give them all of their money back, all of their membership dues, and they're completely let out of the obligations of their membership contract.
A handful of gyms across the country are offering money-back guarantees to attract customers. But David Jack from Men's Health magazine says make sure you read the fine print.
You have to be careful with 100% money-back guarantees. You got to know who you're going into business with, what their track history is, what the 100% money-back guarantee entails.
Finn works in finance.
The numbers are actually good.
And with this investment, he's very happy not to get his money back. Jill Wagner, CBS News, New York.
Interesting concept. Well, coming up next, we'll take a look at some of the stories we're working on for you this morning, and we'll have another look at your morning forecast. It's so good to have you with us. We'll see you when we get back. It's 4:57 on your Monday. Now it's time to look at some of the stories we're working on for you on WKYT this morning. We are tracking a death investigation here in Lexington. Police are investigating after finding a body inside a burning car. We'll have the latest on the investigation at the top of the hour on WKYT this morning. Well, we were just spoiled rotten over the weekend with picture-perfect weather across the bluegrass. Meteorologist Micah Harris has the scoop on your Labor Day forecast. Still looking good, right?
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, the problem is it gets really warm, and if that's just the problem, that's the only problem we have, I think we're doing all right. We're at 61 degrees right now in Danville. The morning hours will be phenomenal. It actually feels really good outside. And then we travel in towards your afternoon, and that's when it gets really warm, right around 90 degrees there for your holiday afternoon. Now, we'll talk about the next few days because it still looks pretty warm, but when does the rain move on in? We'll have that coming up.